Hello, boys and girls. So we are going to try our writing a little bit differently this year. We're going to try to start off just some of our review with writing while you watch videos. I thought it would be fun to try. We'll see how it goes. So our first activity is going to be on complete sentences. And there's going to be times where you're going to hear me say, okay, now pause the video. Make sure you pause the video on that screen to complete the activity or fill in notes and things like that. So just make sure while you're watching, you're listening closely. But I thought we would start with complete sentences because it's a place where hopefully some of us feel pretty comfortable. So this might be a good test video to try out and see if there's anything we need to change or do differently. Okay. So here we have our complete sentences video. So just a review, our complete sentences are made up of two things, okay? And they can be longer. It doesn't have to be just this, but our complete sentences are made of two things. They are made of a subject, which is whom or what the sentence is going to be talking about, and a predicate. The predicate is the action that that subject is doing. It links to the subject by telling what the subject is. Okay, and the reason for the picture of peanut butter and jelly is they go together. Peanut butter and jelly, whenever you think of peanut butter, most people think of jelly, or if you think of jelly, you think of peanut butter. So they want you to have that visual in your mind to think of subject and predicate. Subject and predicate always go together. So here we have some examples of subject and predicate. Okay, if you look here, we have a box, which is the whom or what. So they gave some examples of, a musician, a player, he. Our pronouns can also be the subject. You can also have the playground or the lake or the jacket. And then over here, we have some predicates: played, struggled, flapping, was, were, am. So there can be linking things as well. So let's take a look here. It says the talented musician is our subject. Our predicate is played. What did he play? He played the violin. Okay. Our next sentence is he. If you notice, that's underlined here. He struggled. So he is the subject. Struggled is the predicate. My thick jacket. Jacket is the subject. It's what we're talking about. And we're describing the jacket with a linking predicate. Was very warm. So three very different examples of how subjects and predicates relate to each other. Okay. So let's go on to our next slide. And this is where, boys and girls, we're going to complete some notes, okay? So once I am done talking about this page, I will tell you to pause the video and you are going to fill in the notes, and I will underline what you need to write on your note sheet. So here we have just some review. We have the picture of the peanut butter and jelly, the subject and the predicate. Think of the peanut butter as the subject and the jelly as the predicate. Okay, and then over here, this is already on your paper, but this is our definition. A complete sentence needs a subject and a predicate. A subject is who or what the sentence is about. A predicate is what action the subject does or links the subject by telling what the subject is. Okay, so down here on the bottom, we have a couple things you're going to fill in. We have this first box, which is musician plus played, and then we have the sentence here: the talented musician played the piano. And then we have another one here where you're going to plug in he plus struggled. So he is our subject, struggled is the predicate. When you put those together, we get a sentence: he struggled to catch the ball. So you are going to plug in the two subjects, the two predicates, and the two sentences onto your notes. So you may pause the video here. Once you and your partner or whoever you're working with, or if you're just by yourself, is done, you may continue to watch the video for the next activity and directions. So go ahead and pause the video now. All right, so if you are back in the video, you have completed your notes. What I would like you to do is, now that your notes are done, there are 3 holes in that paper and you have prongs in your writing folder. I would like you to go ahead and put this in those prongs in the center of your writing folder. When you are done with that, you're going to continue to watch the video. So you may again pause the video now to put that in the 3 prongs. Now that you have finished that, that means your paper is completely filled in with notes. You've placed it in the prongs in your folder and you're ready for the next directions. So here we go. So now that we've done all of this, okay, we're going to go over a practice sheet. The practice sheet on side 1, you can work with a partner on that side. It's a nice review. Side 2, I would like you to do independently because it is going to be turned in. I want to see your work on that second side, okay? So let's go through the directions. So the first side, side 1, is going to be the side where the example as polar bear swam. The polar bear swam in the cold water. So this is going to be side 1, okay? What you are going to do is you're going to underline the subject in each sentence and circle the predicate in each sentence, okay? So here we go. So I'm going to do number 1 with you. The swim meet lasted for 5 hours. So we're talking about the swim meet. So I would underline swim meet and I'm going to circle lasted, okay? Because that's what it did. The swim meet lasted for 5 hours, okay? And then let's do number 2. So you have 2 examples. So my great-grandmother sewed a beautiful blanket for me. We're talking about my great-grandmother. And what did she do? She sewed. Okay? So hopefully, looking at those 3 examples, you have an idea of what it is you're looking for. And like I said, this side can be done with a partner. Okay? So you may pause the video. When you are done, you will come back and continue to watch the video for the next direction. Side 1 with a partner, side 2 independently. When you're done with side 2, you can hand it into the writing bin. And then, like I said, you can come back for the rest of the video and directions, okay? So you may pause the video now to complete sides 1 and 2, and then come back when you are done. All right, so you are back in the video. If you're back, that means side 1 you did with a partner, side 2 you did on your own, your name is on everything, and you've handed in that sheet into the writing bin. So your last activity for complete sentences, you get up and move around, okay? And this is hopefully going to be a little bit fun and you don't feel like you have to stay in your seat. So we have these task cards and they're going to be up around the room and you'll see them. You're going to take your recording sheet, which is this right here. Okay, this is your recording sheet. And you're going to take your clipboard and a pencil and put that recording sheet on your clipboard. And you're going to go around and record your answers on that sheet from the task cards. Now, what's important to remember is each task card has a number and your sheet has a number. You need to make sure that the number task card you're working on, you're recording the answer next to that number on your sheet, okay? So you don't have to go in order. So if I want to start with number 8, I'm just going to make sure that my answer for task card number 8 is going to go next to number 8. And what you're going to do for each of these is you're going to read the sentence on the task card. You're going to write the subject in the subject box and the predicate in the predicate box for that task card. Okay, you do not need to write the whole sentence. I don't need to know the specifics. I just need to know the subject and the predicate, what the sentence is about or who the sentence is about and what that subject is doing. Okay. Once you have finished this task with the task cards, you can put this also in the writing bin. Okay, make sure your name is on it, and then you may read quietly if you finish and there's time left over. You do not need to come back to the video. This is the end of the video. So like I said, once you have finished and completed all the task cards, you may hand in your recording sheet and read quietly. If for any reason you don't finish, you can keep your recording sheet in your writing folder until next time. Okay? Thank you, boys and girls.